The views and opinions of the hosts or guests of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of the management or staff of Intercom Memphis.
Watch the sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me. Where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning. Welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
And good Saturday morning. Hey, this is the first Saturday of 2016.
I'm telling you, sure is.
Yeah, and you can tell by our happy voices, this is not Larry Ray.
That's right.
Hi, I'm Dave Gabbard. I'm going to be one of your co-hosts for this session of Outdoors with Larry Ray. Got my other brother Daryl sitting across from me here in the studio.
Morning.
Hunter education guru, Mr. Gene Smith. Of course, Greg Ratliff sitting there in the studio booth with his loaded finger, trying to keep us straight, operating the knobs. You know, he reminds me of somebody in Star Trek sitting behind that control panel.
Yes, he
in
does.
there.
Yeah.
I'm giving her all she's got.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Beam me up,
Oh, Scotty.
But we want to welcome you to the first edition of Outdoors with Larry Ray. Live open mic Saturday, the first open mic Saturday here on January the 9th, 2016. We've let Larry go to the duck blind this morning.
And he brought the rain.
And he brought the rain. And then that's what I want, coming into the studio this morning. If all outdoorsmen going out this morning, be careful because there's a lot of water out there, not only falling from the sky, but in the river out there. And we'll talk about that here in just a few minutes. But seen several accidents coming into the studio this morning. So you just need to slow it down a little bit out there and be just a little careful. But like we said, Larry, he's hunting with Frank Barton this morning. Of course, Barton Power Sports. Frank's taking pity on him, I guess, since he's, Larry couldn't seem to connect during the deer season. So maybe he'll get some duck to eat. But they're going to be hunting over in Arkansas, over in East Arkansas, out of some of Frank's pits or blinds, depending on what the weather's doing. And so he'll be calling in.
Oh, yeah.
At 6:30. Around 6:30, he'll give us a call, and maybe some other people. This is kind of duck blind Saturday.
Yeah.
Got the waterfowl season. Of course, this is the second young sportsman's deer hunt.
Right.
Today and tomorrow, and that will wind the deer season up. Of course, our listeners, they probably heard that this week the Tennessee Fish and Wildlife Commission met in a special emergency call meeting to address some concerns up in far northwest Tennessee of the flooding issue when the water gets as high. It's kind of strange that you usually don't have these flooding conditions during the hunting seasons except for turkey season.
Right.
Over in April. But they kind of followed suit. Kentucky, Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi, in their rules and regulations, in their hunting rules and regulations, have segments in there for emergency closures like
Right.
that. So, and that's what the Fish and Wildlife Commission did. You know, when you look at it, they took it, you know, far west, northwest Tennessee up there. It affects Lake County, Dyer County, and just about a little bitty corner of O'Brien County. And what it is, it's, you know, that you can go to our website and see, and, you know, the boundaries. But basically from Highway 79, if you've ever been to Reelfoot Lake going out of Dyersburg, go from the Kentucky line down towards Dyersburg, and going north out of Dyersburg, when you drop off the big bluff there, you'll cross the O'Brien River. And you get to the O'Brien River, then it follows the O'Brien River all the way to the Mississippi River. So most of that is just one big giant lake right now, but there are some high spots out there that the deer, you know, have got up out of the water on.
Right.
So, and then this is, you know, when you're talking wildlife.
This is called fair chase, too.
Well, fair chase, but, you know, these kind of conditions stress, you know, the wildlife. So if they're out there on a high spot, you know, they're kind of waiting. There's enough stress on them already. So if you happen to shoot one and run them off that high spot,
they're all dry on.
They're back in the water again. So it's so funny because I've seen, you know, believe it or not, I've seen up there in that part of the country, and when waters get up this high, these little high spots, you might see 2 rabbits and a coyote sitting out there together,
side
by side on a little island sticking up.
Waiting for the ark.
Yeah, but it's supposed to, you know, this week, you know, fall out, you know, on a pretty fast fall. I don't think it's supposed to crest here in Memphis till maybe this coming Wednesday.
Right.
But so you know, it probably affects some people, but traditionally, this last youth hunt is not one of the hunts, you know, real high on participation. Most of the kids have already taken their 2 antlered bucks.
Right.
In fact, I pulled the numbers up and looked at it last year on this hunt for Lake and Dyer, Lauderdale, and Tipton counties, the Unit A counties there.
Right.
You know, Shelby's in Unit L, but the Unit A counties for this weekend last year, I think there was a total of 55 deer killed for those 4 counties. So everybody's got the duck hunting bug.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, and that, you know, with all this water, you know, you want to think safety, because I know this past week.
Well, the river's a lot faster too with all the water.
A lot faster, a lot of trash coming down the river. You know, this past week, I believe at the mouth of the Looshatchee River, there was a duck hunter coming in, and with some submerged telephone lines or some type of line he'd seen going under the water, and thought he had enough room to clear it. So, unfortunately, his motor snagged it and threw him out of the boat.
Oh, no.
You know, and he crawled up on top of the boat, and they rescued him. But I don't know. At last I heard, you know, his dog, I don't know if they found his dog yet or not, but he had a jacket, you know, one of those vests they put that said on the dog and stuff. So you want to be careful if you're going to get out there on the water.
Taking extra chances.
Right. And especially, you know, back to the deer situation, one of the reasons, you know, that not only for the wildlife, you know, being stressed and stuff like that, but the safety concerns. You know, you being, you know, taught hunter ed for how many years now?
34.
34 years. And, you know, we talk, and when we teach young
or inexperienced people.
Well, yeah, that when you go over the 10 Commandments of firearm safety, you know, one of them says you never shoot at a hard, flat surface or water.
Water, yeah.
You know, because of the chance of a
ricochet.
Yeah, of a ricochet.
Even shot shell will ricochet.
Yeah, you know, because I know you'd be surprised that when I'm in the duck blind, and I'm kind of one of these people that I use a double barrel black powder muzzleloading
Right.
12-gauge shotgun. So when I get ready to leave the duck blind, I unload it. And a lot of times if we have young people in the blind, I have one of them come down and unload it for me because I get a kick out of
Right,
shooting
yeah.
that. They like the sound, I guess. But I have them shoot it at the water out in front of the blind.
Yeah.
And just so they can see the shot pattern and stuff, but how far that shot
Right.
goes skipping across that water. So even your small, the steel shot and stuff will ricochet.
Yeah, when
know.
you get through, when you get your limit and you get it out, your gun should be empty.
Right, but that's so. Like I said, that's I'm probably will see. That's something they will probably address because of this. That like I said, the other states, Kentucky and Missouri and Arkansas, they have mapped out zones like that's in their floodplain. That when the river gets up so high, they automatically close those.
Right.
So, I was in Nashville this past week for a series of meetings and talking to our chief of wildlife up there, and that's probably for the upcoming hunting season. They will probably look at something like that because I said, I said, there shouldn't be any problem. I said, because, here in West Tennessee along the Mississippi River, in Shelby and Tipton, all those counties lining the Mississippi River, in turkey season, it's already illegal. You can't hunt turkeys out of a boat.
Right.
Especially, the water and stuff. So they should be able to take those same zones, look at them in the floodplain, and when the water gets to a certain elevation, go ahead and close that,
Right.
west, because it affects some acreage to these counties, but really not that much when you look at it. So,
Yeah.
But-
Of course, on the news, they showed Arkansas.
right.
We went over there the other day, drove all the way over to West Memphis. It's way over in them fields over there.
Oh, yeah. And I was talking to a friend of mine that's in the agricultural business, and he was talking about some farmers, with that farm, a Big Island, up out of Lauderdale County in the Mississippi River. And several weeks ago, when it started coming up, they had like 400,000 bushels of corn out there on that island in these bags. And
Yeah.
They was building dikes around them. So
Oh, my
that's how high
goodness.
the water's coming up.
Wow.
That was a quick 15
Yes,
minutes.
it was. Yes, it was.
I see Greg. Point your finger at us, Greg. Make
There
us
you
feel
go.
good.
Wow.
Hey, y'all
That's
get up. Go get you another cup of coffee, your first cup of coffee, third cup of coffee, and come back and join us for more of Outdoors with Larry Ray.
No better way you can find